So someone on one went to row it all the way along, and on the other side where the big girls are, that's all over there now. The beetroot that I did put in, there's some that are coming. Some beetroot in a tray that I can put in here to fill in, and then that's a poppy, and these, I think that is a tomato. So on and off with the rain. Some poppies, so just give them a few weeks, see what they develop into, and then like so. So it is now beautiful but windy Saturday morning. It wasn't pouring down earlier, but waiting for it to dry off. I'm going to finish these, and I've got some more over there to finish, but I'm just going to tip the ash into there and let it sieve through into an old bin, and then I can get most of the chunks out and use it mainly for potash and reburn all the bigger bits. The random flowers are just scattered in here. We have got a couple coming. Fortunately, because of the sun I can't see, but there's one there picking it up, another one over there. The lily of the valley is getting chomped on, but I might put another cover on just in case the sun gets a bit hot for the afternoon. That's had a good water. This bed last year, really comfy. They are, some at the back are getting covered and suffering, so I'm going to cut some of it back, or I'm also going to, I've got some MP nets, I'm just thinking of netting it back, because I do want to dig all the comfrey up and put it on the other side. Separate section for the chickens, and then it can grow. And the chickens can pluck at it but not destroy it. I need to build a little. What I'm going to do is get a bit drastic, because it's not really big enough yet to tie back, so I'm just going to take away a few of the leaves to free up the bulbs that are suffering underneath. And it can stay tucked back then. Because there's enough of it. I'll not get stung by Mr. Nettle. Already have done. I can feel it there, it's fine. Just sneaky. Oh, what a shot. What a pull. And this just goes for the chickens, and then the tulips can breathe. So someone on one of the videos did leave a comment saying that couldn't hear me. So I've invested in a Bluetooth mic and I'm currently testing it out, so if you pick up any heavy breathing, that is unfortunate for now. I am just a noob when it comes to all this, should we say. No good with technology, and just using my iPhone, so all my editing is me slowly learning how to edit at the same time as trying to make somewhat informative and fun content, shall we say. But I'll hopefully pass on a few knowledge few satful, yeah, never mind. Some satful knowledge is the word I'm probably looking for. So we've got a bit of a mixed match of bit of everything going on here at the minute, trials and errors. So they are just a couple of potatoes I put in some buckets. I've got a Facebook marketplace for £1, put some holes in and put one potato in each, just to see how they do, only little ones. Some beetroot there that need to go in. They're just a strip of wildflowers just to see if they came up. So then they have been watered, but then there's a few here that is trial and errors. Red onions have failed, the beetroot's not too happy. Caldonar's not come up, beetroot's not come up. They've died back because they've not been watered. Too hot in here. The country bells, I've just put them in the other day, so they need water. Then obviously everything else is taking over. The nettles are taking over, nasturtium's taking over, weeds are taking over in there. Mare's tail there, hate that stuff. Nettle need cutting back. I haven't put nothing in here, but there is some nasturtiums coming out on their own. Some mint. I forgot what that's called over there now. The beetroot that I did put in, there's some that are coming and it needs weeding. The carrots that I put in, there's a couple in there. I see a couple. Yep, there. And then that needs to come out. They need to come out. That, from my other video, I actually said it was corn when I'm an idiot. It's actually wheat. So that needs pulling out. They have unfortunately all been overwatered and dried out, so trial and error. The onions down there are alright. Yeah, I'm still learning how to use a polytunnel, unfortunately. I forget that it was 100 degrees in here the other day, 100 Fahrenheit. And they're happy. So it's mostly trial and error, unfortunately, because I'm still learning how to use this thing. I fish here with a polytunnel. So I did give him my water, but it looks like I didn't give him enough. So I'm going to switch on the sprinklers again. So it is having somewhat sprinkler pressure issues. Because there's 6 of them, I could do with blocking one off really. So I don't really need 6. There's 2 of them that are just over nothing. Let's just see how long to leave it on to give everything a good water. You feel the humidity now. Here's one of our old logs that I got given. I'm just going to leave. Yeah, to be one of them bug habitats, I just need to drill some holes in it, but it's quite rotted down for him to find gaps for sure. And then we've got some more big chunks over here. I'm going to use for seating or something. And this is all being moved, this artificial carpet. Someone's going to look at it today. Then I've got an inappropriate log. It's got this anatomically correct on both sides, which is quite strange, but the inappropriate nature. So yeah, I'm using. Here's a quick look on the elephant garlic that I put in the last year. Some grass has took over in here, but there's some red onions in here as well as. There's one of the elephant garlic, and there's another, and then the third one at the end. Just need weeding again. The full bed that I did, unfortunately, it's not looking very good. Lots of grass, lots of weeds, a couple of onions. Nowhere near the seeds I put in, so they kind of failed really. But first year lessons and all that. Put them in too late and then they didn't work. See a bed, pallet bed, whatever it is, it's full of strawberries. I do plan on digging all that out. Same with the one at the back, needs a little bit of repair. And then I do have some giant rhubarb at home. a seedling that's coming on quite strong now to go into that whole bed on its own. It'll just live there for the rest of its days, and I can weed all the back of there out and start putting some border perennials in that can just keep reproducing every year, shall we speak, and then get the greenhouse ready for the chilies. And that's the pile over there that I plan on burning today, brambles. Them shears I got from Lidl have been a godsend when it comes to the thick brambles. Obviously you will hear some wind noise because I haven't put the microphone on, so this will show the difference, but massive bramble there that's slowly taking over the greenhouse. So I've got my thick glove and my shears, and I'm going to cut it back while I wait for the fire to take up. Just for a visual representation of how thick the brambles have become round here, and hence the gloves, and they still go through them. Well, I managed to put the last bit in and the heavens open. That's what happens when heavy rain hits fire. So I'm hiding in the shed, and hopefully it will just manage to burn the last bit. And it's nowhere near the polytunnel, so the wind doesn't hopefully keep it safe there, because where I had it originally I moved it. I think I'll put it back to where I had it the first time after I've done this. Here's the sign I made. Stay off the bulbs. In fact, now it's dark. Let's just see how effective the lights are. Ooh. Unfortunately, I didn't go all the way to the end, so flying up this bit quite well. But the back is quite dark still. The strip wasn't long enough. Yeah, ends there, unfortunately. But that's not bad. As you can hear, it's raining again. So I weeded this bed out and I planted a full tomato in there, and there's loads of them come out. Because I want there, 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 and there. I just stuck the entire tomato in there just to see what it'd do. And it has germinated quite a few, so I'll just give them a weed and a water and a bit of sawdust so I know where they are, and then I'll just thin them out. I'm going to leave that plantain there. Anyone that doesn't know, when you get stung by a nettle, this is the one you want. It's not the dot leaf. It's the one with all the ribs on the back. It's called greater plantain, and it's got anaesthetic or something in it, I forget now, but this is the one you want when you get stung by a nettle. So I'm leaving it there because them ones have already just stung me. Right on the knuckle. And that is why that is missing a leaf. And then looking at the carrots, the beetroot, I'm just having a quick weed on here. That's why I got stung by that one there, that big leaf. And there's some sticky weed in here. So, and some thistles, so I need to give this a good weed, get these out because these are also weeds, and then any spaces I've got, there's some beetroot in a tray that I can put in here to fill in. And then looking at the carrots, there's also a couple of carrots. One there, one there, one there, there. So I'm going to leave them alone. But I do need to pull out these without disturbing them too much, which is what I've been trying to do. So wish me luck. I've also got some random strawberries on the floor, which they can be left alone. I'll just protect them so that the strawberries can be nice and healthy, and I'll dig them up and put them in a hanging basket, because the plan is to have some hanging from a hanging basket from the roof. I see that one I've just disturbed now. Swine. Hopefully not. Problem is it's everywhere. It's finding where to start pulling them out without snapping a carrot. That's a carrot. That's not a carrot. It's definitely not a carrot. can't just yank them all out, because I will just yank all the carrot out. There's a lot of it's tangled up. Sorry, I wasn't watching the camera. A lot of it's tangled up with the carrot. So yeah, wish me luck. So far, I've only accidentally pulled one. And did manage to try and put it back in. Also, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but I don't know why my fingers are steaming. It's quite worrying. Camera's probably not picking it up, but... So yeah, I'm kind of halfway. 3/4. There's a good row there. I think these might be poppies, so I might leave them in for a little bit longer just to see. That one I'm definitely sure that's a poppy. And these, I think that is a tomato. You can see the steam. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but that's a tomato. So I might just leave that one in just in case. There's another one there, carrot. That also is definitely a tomato. Looks like these are also. So halfway down, last corner to do, nettles, and then the chickens can have it. So I've got what I hope, if I can remember correctly, is chickweed. Most of it out for now. I also started on here as well. I do need to get that out because it's starting to flower. And it needs a water really. And some parsley over there. Some fennel over there. It failed. I just turned them wheat over and let them rot into bed. Now I'm going to free the beetroot from more chickweed without disturbing them. Just finding the middle, pulling it out. Snap that one. So there's a beetroot in there. There he is. She, he. You are now free, regardless what you identify as. There's another one. Snapped it. As you can hear, probably it's still on and off with the rain. Yeah. The issue is there's so much of it, it's easy to just get distracted and go one here and one over there and one over here and one over there. Feels like you're not going anywhere. This bed also might need a bit more watering to hydrate it because it is a bit dry after the couple of days where it was 200 degrees in here. So yeah, and then I work around there without the nettles getting me because I haven't got my gloves. So that should do for now. I just kicked him back with my foot. Most of the chickweed out. Quite a few beetroot in there. They are jumbled up and scattered together, but I'm just going to leave them to it. This one. See how they do. There's also some rogue tomatoes in there as well, and I think some poppies, so I'll just give them a few weeks, see what they develop into, and then like so. I'm not sure what that is. It might be worth keeping, it might be worth eating. We shall see. Answers in the comments. Still not 100% what's what. I do know that these are beetroot. I don't know, I think that one is. Might be some golden eye in here as well, so but they're definitely beetroot. Yeah. And the sun's coming out now. Just in case anyone wonders why there's two big tubes sticking out. Fill it with water and let it rehydrate, so from the middle